Hey guys, happy Monday to everybody. So today I wanted to just do an update video on how my eyebrow regrowing project is going. Is it a project? It might be a project. So for those of you that have been watching me for a while, you know that I struggle with my eyebrows because I overplucked them starting like in middle school, which was I think in 1992. I'm pretty sure it was 1992. I just sort of went crazy plucking my eyebrows. In all fairness, it was the thing to do back then. But at that point, it sort of became like this weird addiction for me, and I just like couldn't stop myself. So I just kept plucking and plucking and plucking, and when things grew back, I would pluck, 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 and eventually my eyebrows just stopped growing. So that sucks, right? Especially now that I am, oh my god, I'm going to be 35 in a couple days. Now that I'm like in my mid-30s, I would rather have my eyebrows back, and it just takes a lot of time every day. I have to spend a lot of time on these bad boys because it takes me a lot to color them in and shape them just right so that they look even and that I look like a normal person, because eyebrows are such an important feature on your face. So I have been using minoxidil, which is just this is the Target generic for Rogaine, essentially. This is what it looks like in the bottle. This was, I believe, $11.99. As you can see, it's the Up and Up brand, so it's just the Target generic. It was super easy to find. I think that, I don't remember what aisle at Target I got it in. It was one of like the dude aisles, I think. This is specifically for men because I use the 5% solution. In researching the hell out of this, I noticed that people were saying that the 2.5% solution, which is actually geared towards women who are experiencing hair loss, just isn't strong enough to actually regrow the brows. So I went ahead and got the 5% just because that seemed to have a better success rate in the blogs that I was reading and the videos that I was watching regarding this. So this certainly wasn't something that I started using just like on a whim. This is kind of a drug, I guess, in a way, and I'm certainly using it for a use that it is not intended for. It says, like, do not use anywhere else but your scalp, but I sort of went a little south of that. And I will tell you that this has, this definitely helped to regrow my brows. I was doing so well, and I wasn't plucking. I mean, there was like a 2-month time period where my brows were looking so good, and people were saying, oh my gosh, your brows are growing back. They look fantastic. And I was like, I know, isn't that great? And then one day I just like, my little addiction came back, and I thought I would just get some strays, and I just like overdid it again. And I basically like plucked all of the hair out that had grown back. And I felt like such a jackass. I was like, why did I just do that? I just don't have any self-control. And I absolutely regret doing that because it took a while for the hair to start growing. And when it finally did, it looked good. And then I basically just undid everything. So I'm kind of at the same starting place again now, but that's totally my own fault. The way that I would apply this every single night, just so I don't forget this portion of it because it just popped into my head, is I would just take a Q-tip and I would take the little stopper thing off, and I would saturate the Q-tip. I would hold it like over the sink and saturate that, and then basically just run it along like my entire eyebrow area where I wanted the hair to regrow. So that was how I applied it. So like I said, I did see results. It took a while. It took quite a few weeks for the hair to start growing, but it did start growing. The hair was not a different texture. It was still my same eyebrow hair. When I did, skip a few days here and there, the hair didn't start to fall out or anything. So there was no, at first there was no adverse reaction to using the product and then, like skipping a few days here and there. Now, the more that I used it consistently, so every single evening, I didn't use it twice a day, just once a day, the more the skin around my brow area started drying out, and it dried out to a crazy, uncomfortable degree. Like, sheets of skin were coming off, and it was only where I was applying the product. So the skin like underneath my eyebrows was peeling, and every time that I would, like do my brows in the morning and brush through with just like a brow and lash groomer thing, like it would just flake. And that sounds disgusting, and it was disgusting. It was really kind of gross. And so I started going to an every other day application, and I started heavily moisturizing just my eyebrow area. Now, let me tell you why this dries your skin out. The reason is that this does contain alcohol. It is one of the first inactive ingredients listed, and yes, alcohol is drying. So, of course, it's going to dry out your skin. And it got to a point a couple weeks ago where I just couldn't deal anymore. My brow area was so dry. It was almost painfully dry to where like I just like it would get itchy sometimes. I wasn't having an allergic reaction or anything. It was just, you know how when your skin gets so dry, you just want to like kind of scratch at it. It was that kind of feeling. And that's a weird feeling to have around your brow area. So, yeah. I have, for the past couple of weeks, taken a break from this just because I need this skin to heal and to not constantly be flaking, because it's just driving me batshit crazy right now, to be perfectly honest. Again, since I stopped using it, I haven't noticed that my hair is falling out, so I'm not losing brow hair. You know, the reason that my brows aren't quite as good as they were when this first really started working is because I was just plucking again when I wasn't supposed to be plucking. And so that's my own fault. I'm an idiot, basically. But I can tell you that this absolutely worked for me. I will continue to use it. I think that I may need to just take a break during the winter because my skin right now is just generally dry all over. And so I don't think this is going to help anything if I continue to use this. So as much as I want those nice brows back, I'm not willing to deal with the dryness. Whoa, what is going on? I'm not willing to deal with the dryness right now. I just am not. It's just too itchy. So I'm going to wait for spring to roll around and for my skin to normalize a little bit again, which means going back to its like oilier state of being. And I'll basically go back to my every evening routine at that point. And we'll see how it goes. And I'm really going to try hard to just not pluck my brows between now and then. The hairs do periodically grow back just on their own, but it's very like random, and oftentimes it's more down here than it is like in the actual like brow area. I think I just damaged the follicles too much, so it's very sporadic that the hair grows in up there naturally, I guess. But it does regrow with this, so I don't know. It works, people. If you're willing to try it, I would say give it a go. You don't have to go with the Rogaine because the generic Target is it's the exact same thing. You may want to go with the 2.5% solution to start with, and if that works for you, then stick with that. But for me, I went just right on in with the 5%, and like I said, this has given me results. So if you have further questions, definitely leave me a comment down below. If you're interested on a tutorial on this eye look, let me know. I did record a video for that today, and I was getting requests to do like more like neutral everyday type looks, and so I did use the Naked palette today to achieve this, and I totally have a video on it. Let me know if you guys are interested, and I will upload that at some point this week. So yeah. Thanks a lot, guys. Hope you're having a fantastic week, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.